All right, guys, we are back. Back here live from FishGistics headquarters. It is now 8 o'clock. We did not do a 7 o'clock update because the cars were coming into the finish, and I wanted you guys to be able to watch on the SCORE feed and see them finish. So the SCORE feed has been really good all day as far as working, and then as soon as the first two cars finished, the SCORE video went down, and we have not seen the SCORE feed come back up. So there is no more video right now coming from the finish line, but we do have the order. The number 11, Rob McCachran, has won the 50th running of the Baja 500. So congrats to Rob. He started out front, he stayed out front, and he just kept it there all day. So good job to Rob. Cameron almost passed him at one point earlier in the day, and then Cameron had a problem and was down for a little while, and then he got going again, and you can see Cameron's still coming right now. He's got about 30 miles to the finish. But other than that, Luke McMillan finished second, 6 minutes behind Rob. So that means he finished about 4 minutes on corrected time behind Rob. So your order is going to be Rob McCachran and Luke McMillan. Then Ryan Arciero in the number 32 is going to round out the box at third, and then which one of you guys wants to guess who got fourth? Somebody guess. The first person that gets it gets the internet high five. Guess who got fourth place? I bet it only takes about one guess to figure it out. So I'll wait until I see it pop up here to see who got fourth place. But fourth place was an unnamed driver. I'll wait for you guys to guess it. Fifth place is going to be Andy McMillan in the number 31. So we know Andy had a couple flats, set him back a little bit. And there you go. You guys are guessing it. Fourth place is Dan McMillan with Larry Rossler. So Dan McMillan is not going to be very happy with the fourth place jokes that all of you are going to start regurgitating, I'm sure. We might need Dan to come on the show and break another chair or something so you guys stop giving him crap about his fourth place joke. But good job to Dan. He had a really good day. I heard that Dan had a couple flats early in the day, set him back a little bit, but he kept it right where he started. I mean, Dan started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dan started sixth, and he finished fourth, and nobody passed him all day. So that's a pretty good day for Dan and them. So good job to Dan and the McMillans. Once again, 3 McMillans in the top 5. So I think the McMillans kind of have something going on. They know what the hell they're doing, that's for sure. So good job to the McMillans, the 3 of them in the top 5. Once again, congrats to Rob Mack. Let's go look at the tracker. So we got the 19 and the 1 of Carlos Lopez. They're coming into the finish. So that's going to be your 6th and 7th truck coming into the finish, according to the tracker. If somebody wasn't tracking all day, they could be finishing at any time, and we wouldn't know. The SCORE feed is not up at the finish line, so we don't have a camera there to be able to watch to see if somebody sneaks in. But somebody could sneak in between these guys and finish. You never really know. So be those guys, and then Billy Wilson is going to be after them, followed by Alan Impudia. And 54, the Troy Herps with Christian Serapis driving this truck. They've kind of just cruised it around all day. I don't know if they had a couple issues or not. Their tracker wasn't working too well for parts of the day, so we'll see. Let's see. Somebody just sent. I just got a picture. Hang on, I'm loading this picture. Looking at this picture here. All right, so unofficial result times. We have Rob McCachran finished in 11 hours, 21 minutes, and 15 seconds. Then we have Luke McMillan in second place, finished in 11 hours, 24 minutes, 47 seconds. So about 3.5 minutes back on the unofficial time from SCORE. Luke McMillan was 3.5 minutes back. Then in third place, we had Ryan Arciero with 11 hours, 29 minutes. So about 8 minutes out of first place. And he was 11 hours, 29 minutes, and 6 seconds. And then behind him, in fourth place, was Dan McMillan with 11 hours, 29 minutes, and 25 seconds. So he lost out on getting third place by 19 seconds. Ouch. That's pretty close. 19 seconds. And then we had fifth place was Andy McMillan, 11 hours, 30 minutes, and 52 seconds. So he was about a minute and a half behind Dan between fourth and fifth. and he was 9 minutes out of first place. So top 5 cars separated by 9 minutes. That's a pretty damn close race. That's probably one of the closest. I'm going to say that is the closest Baja 500 for the top 5. Top 5 cars to be separated by 9 minutes. That's crazy. And I know a few of those guys had flats. Both the BFG guys had flats and the Toyo guys had flats. So there wasn't really necessarily one tire today that stood out. I mean, on a course like this, everybody's going to get flats. I don't know. Rob McCachran came into the finish line without a tire on one side of his spare. So Rob had at least one flat because he didn't come into the finish with 2 spares. So you're going to get flat tires. It just happens when you have 800 to 1,000 horsepower and you're going 100 miles an hour over these rocks. These guys don't even slow down for the rocks nowadays because the tires are that good that you're only going to get 1 or 2 flats usually, and you can run everything over. You don't have to try to avoid everything. So it is what it is, but good job, Rob McCachran. Let's go look at some of the other classes here on the tracker. Class 1, we have, where's the first Class 1? It was Justin Davis, but his tracker hasn't updated for 40 minutes. I do believe Justin Davis is still going to be first place Class 1 though. And then second place is Brad Wilson, followed by Brandon Bailey. And then the 150 back here. The first 10 car, there's the first 10 car, Brock Dickerson. He is still leading Class 10 in his new Illumicraft car. So good for him. That's a brand new car. This is their first race with that car. In second place is the 1063, and then the 1031, and 1072. So that's Class 1. We'll go through a few of these classes here because we haven't done any updates for a little while. So Class 1600, it looks like the 1603 is out front, followed by the 1644 and the 1609. So the lead 16 car is at mile 402. Let's look at Class 12. Leading Class 12 cars behind the 16 cars. They started behind the 16 cars also. So is Rich Roberts at mile 377, followed by the 1218 and the 1201. So that's the top 3 for Class 12. Let's look at Class 5. The lead Class 5 car is Mark McNeil. He's at 0 miles an hour, but he's at a pit. That's Vicente Guerrero there. That's a common pit spot. So his 0 miles an hour, I guarantee, is in a pit. 527, and then Ben Swift is at mile 319. Oh, that's at mile 319. There is a huge bottleneck going on over there. Let's see if we can show everybody. So here we go. Look at everybody over here. So mile 319. Look at all these cars stacked up. I'm not sure which car caused the bottleneck, but look at this. The more you zoom in, the more cars there is. I mean, there's at least 10 or 15 cars, probably more, that are all stacked in this one section right here. So to me, it looks like a gnarly silt hill that guys are just stuck all throughout it. So if you're over here right now, if you see your car number that you're looking for, if they're one of these ones on the screen right here, it's going to be a little while. That's a gnarly silt area right there. And there's not really a good way to get in there to help these cars get out either. I mean, look, we got 10 cars, Class 10 cars. Dave Mason Jr., he was running in second or third in Class 10, and he's stuck there. So that's a bummer. Got Ben Swift. He's running in third. He's stuck. More 10 cars. We got UTVs even stuck. I don't know how the UTVs are stuck because they're four-wheel drive. Then you got 12 cars, another UTV, more 12 cars. You got Trophy Truck Spec. You have V129. I'm not sure what class. Oh, Vintage. The Vintage car is stuck. More Trophy Truck Spec. You get a 16 car that's stuck. I mean, there's literally a 15 Sportsman car. There's literally like one of all the limited classes, and even some of the unlimiteds or closer to unlimited stuck here. So that's a pretty gnarly spot right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. But if your car's in there and wondering where they are, that's where they are. It's going to be a little while. We got, let's see, some of the 7 cars. Brandon Walsh is at 0 miles an hour at mile 319 also. So this whole section right here is pretty gnarly. Mile 319 is not a fun area to be. You don't want to be in there right now. So let's go look again at some of the, let's look at Class 7. The real Class 7s are over here. So let's see where Proctor's at. It's going to be Proctor and Pat Daly in the lead. There they are. They're opening up a pretty good gap now. So they're at mile 409. That's the first Class 7. And then the second Class 7 is back here at a pit. So they might have been sitting here for a while because that gap wasn't that big earlier. So we got Class 7 is definitely the Honda guys' team. The Honda team, it's their race right now. They're well in control of that race. Let's see what else we got. Anybody you guys are looking for specifically, let me know. I was going to take a little longer in this update and make sure we cover most of the classes for you guys since we haven't done it in a couple hours. The Class 8, Vincent Munoz is leading, and they got the 869 at 0 miles an hour behind him. He's moving. So Vincent just came by the 319. He made his way around there. So that's good. He got by the bottleneck. And then, yeah, somebody said, I doubt the UTVs are stuck, probably blocked in. I would tend to agree with you there because it's pretty hard to get a UTV stuck. So there's probably just no way to go around it. It's probably, you know, a very narrow area there and just no way to go up on the sides and get around. Pretty much just got to wait for one car at a time to come out and then wait your turn and then you go and then hope that the guy stops and pulls you out. So something like that. Robbie Gordon was still running. You guys asked. We'll look back in a little bit. He was still running. BJ was still running also until he got stuck. So BJ was stuck or stopped. I'm not sure what happened. BJ was at 0 miles an hour though. We'll go check on them again in a minute. Who else did you guys want to see? Let's look at the UTVs, the leaders. All right, the lead UTV is going to be Wayne Matlock. It looks like he's entering the Colonette area. He's at mile, I'm not sure what mile that is because his mile's not showing up. He's ahead of mile 386, so he's probably like 390. Ahead of Brandon Sims in second. So it's Matlock and then Sims. And then come back here, Jacob Carver, Alex Nicholas, Craig Scanlon, and Phil Burton are going to be your top 6 or so UTVs. And someone was asking what happened with DATT 16. We don't know what happened with Cameron. He was right on Rob Mack. He actually had him on time. He was leading the race, and he had a problem around Rancho Melling, and Cameron was down for a little while. And he got back going again, but I have not heard what happened to him, so I'm not sure. But he's still going again right now, so we'll see. Let's go back up and look at the let's go look at the top again here. Somebody's asking about Robbie Gordon. Here's Robbie Gordon. He's got 7 miles to go to the finish. So Robbie Gordon is almost to the finish. So we'll see what happens with him. BJ, here's BJ. He's at he made it to mile 495, and he's been at 0 for a little while. We got the Mango truck. They had to take a rear start. They had a problem. Before they started, the ECU was acting up, and the truck died before they went off the line when they were in line at staging. So they ended up taking a rear start. So their time didn't start until they went off the line. Coming in with a rear start. So they're actually going to move up a few positions if they keep going here since they started so far back. So pretty clean day for the 45 Mango guys. That's cool. Devin's in there driving right now. So that's cool. And then the first legend car is the Vidosala 12L. He's still moving along. That's going to be your first place, the Legends car. And I think that's about it for the trophy truck class. Who else did you guys want to see? Anybody want to see anything before we sign off for this hour? I'm going to stay on for a couple more updates at least. We will make sure we get the winner of the, let's see where the Spec Truck winner is. Yeah, they're 242. They got 53 miles, so we'll stay on for at least another probably 2 updates. 2, maybe 3 more updates. I'm still tracking some cars. I'm tracking the 5 car, so I'm going to be up for a little while. If you guys want me to, I'll go live at least a few more times. But hopefully the SCORE live feed comes back up soon and starts working again. It looks like it might be back up. Yeah, the SCORE live feed is back up. So go ahead and head back over to SCORE. Go on their Facebook page or SCORE International, and it looks like the 19 just finished. I see him talking to Tim Herps. So go over there and come back at 9 o'clock. I'll have your 9 o'clock update. And once again, thanks to Hostile Racing for this update. Talk to Dan over there. They make some bitchin' gear bags, window nets, door bags, all kinds of stuff. Hats. They made hats for us. They make shirts. They make everything. So if you guys need some apparel for your team, safety kits, first aid kits for your chase trucks, all that stuff, go talk to Dan at Hostile. He's really cool, and they'll make you some cool stuff. We will see you guys at 9 o'clock.